What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Pattern Disruption Podcast. This is the DCA Challenge. I am checking in live from Tennessee. Just want to holler at y'all this morning and talk a little bit about dollar cost averaging. Welcome to the show. Got off to a little late start, but better late than never, right? So hindsight is 2020. I want to talk a little bit about hindsight and how things seem so clear from the when you look back on things. I have a few things that I want to share, but first off, I want to say welcome to the show. This is the Pattern Disruption Podcast. This is the DCA Challenge. I'm doing this entire month of August, every single day, including the weekends. But I'm checking in every day to remind you and to remind myself to dollar cost average, to make a small investment into your future, $5, $10, $20, whatever you can put into your future, it will pay off in dividends. I'm actually investing $25 a day. And I'm doing this, like I say, every day of this month. I can't wait till it's over. But when it's over, the stress of showing up to do this every day will be gone. But guess what will stay? The consistency, that habit will stay. The investment will stay. And it'll grow. So welcome to the show. I just want to check my sound because I've done this a few different times and I don't have an engineer, so I have to check my sound for a second. Y'all hold 1 second. Can I be heard? Yep, there we go. All right, so there we go. But yeah, so welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. I'm excited. I'm excited about a few different things before I go off into my slides, what I want to show you. I did my first taping of my in-person podcast yesterday, and it's called PDP After Dark. PDP After Dark, and it is a spinoff. It's just something where I can be a little more, not so much edgy, but I can talk about other topics other than personal development, business, and it's something that it seems that the people want, you know what I'm saying? So I've been getting feedback already from my first clip. So be on the lookout for PDP After Dark coming really soon. It's something that I've been in the process of putting together. That's why you see what you see behind me. This is my virtual studio and my in-person studio in the same room. But hey, make it do what it do, man. Make it do what it do. But like I say, I want to go into a few different slides. I talk about how hindsight is 2020, and it definitely is. So if you look back, let's just go here. Nope, not there. Let's remove that one. Let's go here. So if you look at this slide, so just looking at that, it said November 21st, 2022, Bitcoin's predicted price, it would go from 15,000 to 16,000. So this is what was going on in 2022. Now, what were you doing in 2022? What were you doing in 2022? Because if you look at that, did you have 15,000? Some of us had access to that type of money, and we saw the numbers, and they were predicting that it was going to go from 15,000 to 16,000, and obviously it did. It's 115,000 right now, but these were some of the predictions. Let's go to another one. Let's go to another prediction that they had What year is this? In 2023, they were predicting that it was going to go to 50,000. Prediction as of Bitcoin traders bet on 50,000 Bitcoin by January of 2024. You see what I mean? So hindsight is 2020. Now you look back on this, it's like, wow. Let's go to another one. What was this? So this was in 2020. So this should be real. Let's see what in 2020. Let's see what the prediction was. No, this is 2023. Oh, they said Bitcoin could reach 100,000 by 2024. But let's go. I think I have another one. Let's look at this one. Nope, that's 2023. Okay, look at this. Now this was 2020. If you go down to the bottom of it, it says, after a massive rally to around $9,000, Bitcoin saw a rejection of about 200 something. But look at it was $9,000 in 2020. In 2020. So when everybody was getting money from, we were at home. A lot of us, I know in 2020, I was laid off because of the pandemic, and they were paying you to stay at home. A lot of people got those PPP loans. Now, if you're going to take out a loan that you weren't supposed to have anyway, this would be a perfect place to have put it. I'm not condoning taking the money, but people were having $100,000, $200,000, $50,000. They could have bought 3 or 4 Bitcoin. Most people don't even have that money anymore. But it was $9,000 in 2020. And they were predicting that. I remember when it hit 10,000 and everybody was going crazy. Now, but then you also had the people who thought that it would be way more than that. Now watch this one. So McAfee said Bitcoin's scarcity will trigger its price to hit 1 million by 2020. Now it was only 9,000 then. But these people predicted it would hit. So you're going to have people that are really bullish on Bitcoin, and then you're going to have people that don't pay attention to it. And then you got the people that were predicting certain things would happen. Like I say, 2023, they were predicting 50,000. Who would have thought it would be at 125,000 this year? Well, guess what? But I wasn't paying attention. And that's why I'm trying to make you guys pay attention. It's not, so when it was 9,000, people thought they were late. When it was 15,000, people say it's too late. People are saying at 125,000, it's too late. It's not too late. I'm going to give you a few stats. We are still early in this thing. It's 8 billion people in the world. So let's just start with that. If Bitcoin was equally distributed to all 8 billion people, each person would only get 0.00263 Bitcoin per person. Now, that's if it was 21 million. But let's talk about the 4 million that got lost. So it's really only 17 million. So actually, we only have 17 million. So that brings that number to 0.00212 per person. So 10 companies own 700,000 Bitcoin. That's just 10 companies. If each millionaire is 60,000 millionaires, 60,000 millionaires in the world. But if they all wanted a Bitcoin, they wouldn't be able to get one. Because it's only 21 million. And 19 million have already been mined, right? So, but even if Bitcoin was distributed amongst all the companies, let's say all the world companies in the world, it's 359 million companies. They would only get 0.0. So if you right now, if you have $1,000 worth of Bitcoin that you've invested, just 1,000, You have more than 99% of the world. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's still early. That's why I'm showing up every day, because it's still early. And I'm not trying to convince you. I'm trying to inform you. I'm not trying to convince at this point. I'm just trying to inform you because I wasn't paying attention, and I was supposed to have been and won the game and logged off right by now. But I wasn't listening. So I want you to listen. Shout out to people that came in the live today. It's that Monday. We it's Monday, man. So I know how it is when Monday hit. It's just you're just trying to collect all your scruples and get started. But I had to show up. I'm buying $25 worth of Bitcoin today. I'm gonna do that right here, right now. And Bitcoin is down today too, which is perfect. So when you dollar cost averaging and it dips, it's perfect. It's perfect. So you don't worry about the numbers when you know where it's going. You don't even worry about the numbers. Now it's just time. Opportunity meets time is luck. So you can be lucky by taking advantage of this and just sitting back and just keep doing what you're doing. Keep living, grow your income so you can get more. But the goal is to let opportunity and time meet. And once they get in harmony, all you got to do now is just wait. That's one thing that it's a book out called The Slight Edge. I want y'all to check that out. The Slight Edge. And the slight edge is simply just doing those mundane things every single day. I talked about how we always want that quantum leap. That's what they tell you. You want to go from flat-footed to standing on top of the mountain. And that's where we fall. That's one of our biggest downfalls is trying to go from the base all the way to the top. But if we just take one step after another, just like me just showing up every day doing this. This is just one step. One step. I'm just taking one step at a time. Right now, it looks like I'm not going anywhere. But you know how when you're in a plane and you look down on the city, everything look really small and compact. You can tell where everybody going, it looks like they're not even moving. That's how God is seeing us. So I can't say how God is seeing us. That's kind of cocky. But what I'm saying is he's omnipotent. He's everywhere at every time. So if if you look at it that way, it's like looking out of a plane and just seeing, it looks like you're not going anywhere. But if you keep going, you end up over here. And that's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. And they're going to call you a genius at some point. After you make these small steps every day and you keep going, they're going to call you a genius. Think about it. It looked like Eddie Murphy went straight from being invisible to being a $20 million movie guy. That's not how that happened. You look at Will Smith. Remember, he was walking. He was taking one step after another. He was rapping. He was the corny rapper. Next thing you know, but it was something before that, but he was taking one step at a time. He was the corny rapper. So right now, I'm the corny podcaster. You get what I'm saying? I'm that corny podcaster that you keep seeing every day. But if I keep walking and keep going, it's not an if. As I keep walking and keep going, you start seeing certain doors open because nobody wants to take those small steps. Everybody wants the quantum leap. And I mean, that's cool, but the only reason that I kind of settled into one step at a time, just in full transparency, is because I was doing I was in the movie business back in 2011. I did my first movie in 2011. I had some major bumps in the road, but in hindsight, like the title of this, they were nothing. They were nothing that I couldn't have got over. But then I had two at the same, right back to back, and it discouraged me. And I just said, you know what? I'm gonna sit this one out. But while I was sitting down, guess what happened? Something called Tubi came out. Now, I was one of the first ones to do a movie in the city, locally. One of the first ones. But once I set out, the business passed me by. And these things have happened over and over. And I finally made coming up on my 50th birthday, I finally made the decision that I'm going to just take small steps in the direction that I'm going. I'm going to get in harmony with time, and I'm going to have faith, and it's just a matter at this point of time going by. And, me just staying healthy, staying alive. But as long as I'm committed and doing the right things and the same things consistently, showing up, eventually I won't be that corny podcaster no more. Eventually, whatever product I'm selling will be successful. So I'm buying Bitcoin right now. Let me buy 25. Here we go. That's 25, y'all. Dollar cost averaging challenge. We are dollar cost averaging all month. I'm going to put this in my story so you can see that I'm not capping. That's $25 a day all month of August. And, make sure that you are not shortchanging yourself. Make sure you're not shortchanging your future. Don't shortchange yourself. The future you wants to be in position to make your dreams come true. And that's what you do today. I'm babbling a little bit today, but what you do today is going to, I can tell you by what you're doing today, what tomorrow going to look like. If you're doing what you was doing 10 years ago and now you got what you have, if you keep doing the exact same thing, you're going to have probably the same thing that you have now. So, hey, hindsight is 2020. In 2020, they thought that Bitcoin 9,000 was a lot. They thought 9,000 was a lot. And that's another thing. Trust yourself. We don't trust ourselves. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust the deliberation and the decisions and the prayers that you made? Do you trust when you move that you're moving with all the information that you have and that you deliberated on it? You've asked God for discernment. Do you trust yourself? If you don't, you need to ask God for that, because where we want to go, where we say we want to go, is going to take trusting ourselves, trusting God, and having faith. And with that being said, I'm going to tap out of here. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the support. I'm going to have some new music soon. It's going to mess y'all up too. But I appreciate y'all coming to support the show. Go out, be great. Do something your future self will be thankful for. and be blessed. And at the end of the day, and the main thing, keep disrupting. Peace.